Welcome to the Tony Macaroni Stadium for this Under-19s challenge match between Scotland and France. It's a good evening from me, Luke Shanley. Delighted to say I'm joined by Kenny Miller from the Scottish Sun. And Kenny, what sort of game do you expect today?
Now look, expecting a really stiff test against an athletic French team. I know you've done your homework. There's a couple of standout names in there. Scotland obviously gearing up for the next round of qualifiers. The qualifying stage takes place next month, so chance for a few of the boys that have maybe stepped up an age group to impress. Yeah,
let's look at the fixture. Scotland in Group 3 for this qualifying round, and the hosts of the group are Luxembourg, and that's who Scotland take on first on November the 8th. Then it's a game against Armenia, and it could be a decider, the last game. 14th of November, it's the Czech Republic. The top two qualify from the group though, and they would then go into elite qualifying. Looking at that, Kenny, is that a group you would expect Scotland to finish certainly in the top two?
It's always hard to go by reputations on paper at this stage level. I've seen Scotland teams progress when you don't expect them to, and vice versa, but certainly looking at the strength of this Scotland squad, there's definitely positive things expected.
Going on to elite qualifying, then it'll be a lot tougher test if Scotland were able to get through those three games and that group, which begins next month. And this, of course, will be a good test. France, incidentally, are in Group 11. They take on Georgia, Andorra and Bosnia, who are the hosts of that group. Scotland last qualified 2006, and there were runners-up in that tournament to Spain. France, well, they failed to qualify for the 2017 tournament, but they did win it in 2016. They also won it in 2005 and 2010, so they have a pedigree. Can Scotland get back to a tournament at this level, given what the age groups below that have been able to do recently?
You have to hope so, and they've been very successful at under 17 level. I think the difficult thing is making the jump up to the next stage. I know that's something that performance director Malcolm Mackay's identified. It's an important two-year jump that maybe we lose some players in this country, but certainly big things expected of a good few boys in the squad.
Let's check out the Scotland team for this evening then, and there are players in that squad, Kenny, that have first team experience at club level. Ryan Porteous of Hibernian, also the likes of Michael Johnson, who's played for Celtic. Jack Aitchison, we know as well, has played for Celtic and more experience on the bench as well. How excited are you looking at that team tonight?
I think you can tell the strength of the group from the strength of the bench. I mean, Callum Smith's someone who's now playing every week for Dunfermline. He's been scoring goals at first team level. Zach Rudden's been given a real push at Rangers above his age group. Stuart Morrison's done well for Dunfermline, and those are the boys that are on the bench. Certainly in the starting lineup, Jack Aitchison, he's done very well for Celtic recently. Glenn Middleton lighting it up at Norwich. Mikey Johnson's had his taste of the first team at Celtic, just coming back, and Charlie Gilmore, who I'm sure we'll talk about plenty. He made his first senior appearance in the Arsenal first team squad last week.
Yeah, and that is key players that are getting a game at youth level. So that is encouraging both for Scotland and getting that experience.
And they are growing as a team through the age groups as well. It's encouraging. I'm saying to someone downstairs, a lot of these boys have made the step from Victory Shield to 17s and now 19s, and you can see them growing together individually and collectively.
Well, the teams take the field here in Livingston, and before the match we will have the national anthems. Now it's time for Flower of Scotland. let's check out the teams again then, and starting with Scotland. And Scotland make 4 changes from the team that drew with Montenegro in September. Wright, Dees, Aitchison and Johnston come in, dropping out McAdams, Baer, Murray and Rudden. And for the French, we will see their team also making 4 changes from the team that beat Morocco in September. And they have Dan Axel Zagadou, who featured at Wembley in the Champions League for Borussia Dortmund against Tottenham. Marseille, Lyon, Monaco and Borussia Mönchengladbach also represented in that team. Moussa Sylla there, who plays for Monaco. He is a man who is experienced in the Youth League, in the Champions League for Monaco, and that certainly is an experience that will help a lot of players. Some Scotland players also represented in that tournament this season, the Celtic contingency, and there will no doubt be tough opposition tonight for the Scots. Ryan Porteous, the Hibernian player who has scored twice in the League Cup this season, both against Arbroath, and he has got some good experience from that tournament. Nick Walsh, a man we know well, who referees in the SPFL, is in charge this evening. Well, we're ready for this one. Scotland to kick off against France. This is the first of 2 meetings between the teams in 3 days. They meet again in Oriam, and that will be a good test for Scotland, certainly, Kenny, before the qualifiers, playing against top quality opposition. Yeah,
well, and that's something that SFA deliberately tried to do in the last few years, is test the youth teams against teams a bit closer to home, further away, but certainly teams of a high standing, so that they can really measure the progress of the boys.
Glenn Middleton in the action, chasing that long ball from Porteous right away. He's given away a foul, but certainly showing his tenacity. He'll be looking to come in off that right-hand side this evening.
Glenn Middleton is someone who really has come through the system. I remember seeing him for Scotland's under-17s when he was 15. I think he went to the finals 2 years in a row, and he's been played already in the under-23 set-up at Norwich, been on the first team bench. High hopes for him.
Kamara, now Sissoko, back to Kamara for France. Forward, picked up by the Scotland captain, Ryan Porteous. Back to the goalkeeper, Kieran Wright. Both goalkeepers representing Rangers for Scotland in the squad. Porteous again blasts it away downfield, with Scotland looking to chase. Zagadou decided to leave that one for Malang Sarr, but Scotland have possession with Middleton. Welsh across to Porteous. Scotland looking to build from the back here. Porteous decides to take it for a walk. Well, he was looking for the run there of Robbie Dees, but he decided to backtrack. So it will be a throw to the French.
Wasn't the best example of Ryan Porteous' qualities there, but definitely someone that can normally play from the back. He's also a tough, uncompromising type. We've seen that already for Hibs this year.
Gilmore getting in there. Scotland winning the free kick. It was Lewis Ferguson who was downed. Porteous across to Stephen Welsh. Middleton, Porteous again. Now Hallsgrove. Robbie Dees. Michael Johnson. Hallsgrove again. Porteous. Scotland patient here in the build-up. Gilmore. Oh, great through ball, and there's a chance on here for Scotland. Jack Aitchison just couldn't get the better there of Dan Axel Zagadou, the man from Borussia Dortmund. And Moussa Sylla brought down, and France will have the free kick.
Great recovery pace from Zagadou, because it looked like he just had done everything right there.
The foul going in there on Sylla by Hallsgrove, and it's a free kick to France. Kamara back to the goalkeeper, Alban Lafont, looking to go to the far side. It's kept in there. Now Scotland looking to bring it down. Welsh, oh, he's just miscontrolled that, and France going on the attack here. A real opportunity. Space didn't quite open up there for Rafik Gutain, and Scotland were able to get it away. Welsh there, just the touch eluded him as he was trying to bring it down. Porteous blasts away. Scotland pick up. It's Michael Johnson just showing too much of that, but Scotland have it back here. Gilmore. Oh, poor pass, and it goes behind Middleton. So throw into France. So it will be tough opposition tonight, that's for sure. But Scotland again winning possession. Hallsgrove. And Scotland could be in here. And it was Aitchison looking to get the touch. Dan Axel Zagadou just manages to hold him off there, but Aitchison looked like he was in. Just a touch eluded him there.
Aitchison's someone that uses his body and his first touch really well, but he's got his work cut out against Zagadou tonight.
He's up against a real athlete. You can just see Zagadou playing already in the Borussia Dortmund first team. You know he's a player signed in the summer on a free transfer from PSV. So certainly got the pedigree, that's for sure. Michael Cousins looking to play it down the near side here for Sissoko. Just ran too far in front. So Scotland have the throw.
I think from a Scotland point of view, everyone talks about a dearth of centre-back options, but Welsh and Porteous are two out-and-out defenders who really enjoy the ugly side of the game. Really been impressed with Stephen Welsh every time I've seen him. I know they think highly of him at Celtic. He's been pushed up an age level there.
Ferguson looking for Aitchison to chase, and he's chased the goalkeeper down, but Alban Lafont very calm in possession there. It's Cousins. Back to the goalkeeper. Now France looking to go forward again here. Lafont, the goalkeeper, back in possession. 18-year-old, born in Burkina Faso. His mother actually is a minister in the parliament over there. He moved to France with his father as a youngster.
And everybody knows that, look.
Of course.
Tell a little something they don't know.
France back in possession here and looking to start a move. And it's all about patience tonight as well for the Scots, knowing when to go and when to time everything. Silla, just let that run out there. Musa Silla, so Scotland have the throw. Wallace Duffy to take. The Celtic man. Another one that's played in the Champions League, Youth League. And how helpful will that be to the Celtic players out there to play against the top level opposition, against likes of Anderlecht and PSG?
It's great exposure for them against that level of competition.
Middleton now, Scotland with the break on. Out it comes to Robbie Dees. Options in the middle, and the cross was blocked there. Good counter-attacking from Scotland. Zagadou having to block that one before Aitchison could get in. Throw in to Scotland then. Encouraging signs early on. It's Robbie Dees with the throw in. Here's Ferguson. Back to the left back. The Hallsgrove. Porteous. Deciding to hold off his man. Scotland get the throw here. And it's interesting when you see the Scots now. It's all about technique, we know, and being able to mix it with a technically gifted side is very key. And again, it would be good for confidence if Scotland can not only match them physically but also technically.
Yeah, and I think that's something we've seen across the age groups, certainly in the last year or two. Technically they have measured up. I don't think we're really lacking in tenacity either. I thought Lewis Ferguson did well there, constantly on his toes. Good to see the first team contingent from Hamilton Accies here sporting him. Martin Canning, Guillaume Bouzelin.
I wonder who Boozy is supporting tonight. I would imagine it will be France, but he'll want his own man to do well. Again, France looking to go on the attack here. Gutain back to Zagadou. Options in front, nearly every Scotland man behind the ball. Rafik Gutain again. To Cousins. Under pressure though from Ferguson. He's done well to force the French back, but here they go again. And again, we mentioned it is about patience for Scotland this evening, with Cousins in possession. He's got support with Rafik Gutain. Sissoko on the near side, but he opts to go for Cousins. Now Maolida into Diaby. What can Diaby do? Sissoko now. Back to Diaby. The French this time being patient, not trying to force it too much. Gambia just managing to get that across to the far side. Back in possession now. There's Zagadou. You can see he is a player and he has played at a high level.
Aitchison's covering some amount of grass there.
In the way Scotland are set up tonight as well, they want to try and attack and go on the counter as well. Now for France. Opportunity knocking as the ball comes in, away it's by Porteous. Zagadou collects. Here's Cousins. Sissoko on the near side, but decides to go out to the left. Gambia. Cousins. Sissoko. Back to Zagadou. Cousins again. And Gambia. Gutain. And the offside flag is up. So Scotland will have the free kick. Opening 10 minutes, Kenny, your thoughts?
I think Scotland have been pretty disciplined. They're happy to keep tight, keep their shape, almost give up possession to the French. You could marvel at the way they've passed the ball about and switched play, but they haven't exactly carved Scotland open yet. Kieran Wright's not had much to do.
Well, conditions not great tonight. It's a cold, wet evening, but it's certainly slick underfoot. That sometimes makes for a better game. As Scotland looking to go forward here. Glenn Middleton out on that far side. Just nearly giving away possession there. Scotland get the throw. Middleton's one you mentioned to me a while ago, Kenny, somebody that you're excited about, and so too the Scotland setup there that we can see are excited about this player at Norwich.
He's just technically good. He's got a change of pace, he's direct, constantly wants the ball even in tight areas. I've seen him all across the front line. I think he's definitely someone with a future.
And Scotland get the free kick there. France not happy about that, but and
he's not afraid to put a shift in. Middleton either. He's one of a few in that team. I think I've got a real chance.
Well, free kick to Scotland then. Jordan Hallsgrove going across to take that one. His dad Paul played with Hibs and he was born in Scotland. Moved away as a youngster, but representing Scotland here and taking this free kick. Floated in, Porteous here. Lafont punches only as far as Middleton now as Scotland look to keep the pressure on. Forced backwards. Robbie Dees in possession. Here's Lewis Ferguson. All the way back to Kieran Wright. Scotland not trying to force it though, being calm in possession. Middleton. Now Michael Johnson. Middleton again. Scotland have got Aitchison in the box. Middleton too deep though. I think it was always going to be tough for Aitchison to win anything in the air up against Dan Axel Zagadou.
Yeah, he's plugged away, doing his bit for the team. Big week for Mikey Johnson. He's been named not only in the under-19 squad but the 21s as well. A sign of how highly he's regarded.
How important do you think that is, giving some of the lads a taste, maybe an age group earlier to get up there and experience that higher age group level?
It's definitely good for his confidence. I think it's especially beneficial for someone like Mikey Johnson. He had a taste of the first team at the end of the season for Celtic, but an injury really disrupted the tail end of his summer, so just gradually building up his minutes again.
Yeah, well, this was Jordan Hallsgrove floating in the free kick. Porteous will cause problems in that penalty box this evening from the set pieces. As I mentioned, got a couple of goals for Hibs already this season. Scored twice against Montrose. Here's Robbie Dees. Ferguson. France able to win it back. Oh, Lafont, what was he doing there? Just managed to get it away, but causing problems at the back, the goalkeeper. Maybe I mentioned a slick surface, and the goalkeeper didn't look too good with the ball at his feet there.
And he just wasn't far off.
Well, that was the thing, he was under pressure. Interesting to see what he does this time. This time he makes sure it goes clear. It goes out, but it was clear. Well, the goalkeeper there not really breeding too much confidence within his defensive pairing. Centre back, when the back pass, well, might make them think twice the next time they play it back to the goalkeeper. But I think the slick surface though probably didn't help too much. But France now looking to get forward. Scotland win it back though, and it's Gilmore, now Middleton. Here's Hallsgrove again. Porteous into Charlie Gilmore. Not seen too much of him so far this evening. He wins a free kick there, like a shoulder charge, but he's won that one, and Scotland have the set piece opportunity. He's a man you've spoken about a lot, Kenny, Charlie Gilmore. He did have a spell with the English youth team, but he was in that squad when Scotland won the Victory Shield, and he's now back with Scotland. How key is he?
Yeah, I think he's shown his commitment to Scotland, and certainly someone who is progressing through the age levels for country and club by the looks of it. As we mentioned earlier, first team call up for Arsenal last week. Certainly a proud night for him and his family.
Well, it's going to be a free kick here for Scotland, and it's Michael Johnson to take. Oh, and it's poor. It's really poor there, as you can see. Not the best. When Scotland get the opportunities like that, they really have to take advantage, but just didn't connect with it. Have to be content with the throw. Well, there is the man, Mikey Johnson. Talent, certainly at Celtic, they rate him highly. He got a new 3-year deal as Aitchison, another man they rate highly. Tries to get the cross in there.
He touched on the youth league earlier. I was lucky enough to see Celtic's first game against PSG. They really should have won, never mind lost. But I think the regular exposure to playing that level of opposition is only going to be good for these boys.
Well, that is key to get that experience. And you see the likes of Celtic, Rangers trying to play more teams from further afield.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea. It takes them out of their comfort zone. The flip side of that is that Hibs can loan a boy like Ryan Porteous at the age of 17 and play him at League 2 Edinburgh City last year, and certainly that seems to have been the making of him. So
well, 24 appearances, 3 goals for Edinburgh City, helped them stay up, and it's football in the raw really down there in League 2.
Yeah, and everyone raved about him, the way he applied himself, the type of boy he is, as much as anything else. So it shows you there's no one way to progress. It works differently for every boy. Yeah,
playing that League Cup group stage, I mentioned he scored twice against Arbroath, and he played against Montrose as well, getting that experience alongside, playing a back 3, playing with the likes of Effie Ambrose and Darren McGregor, so he certainly had the support in there, as well as Scotland look to try and go on the attack here. Michael Johnson, good control, good feet there, looking to thread it through, but it was just blocked. Ferguson now trying to hustle and win it back. It's Diaby for France. Out in Gambia, well, in the end it hit his own man in Cousins, and Scotland are able to pick up possession again. Gilmore rather just waiting for it though. And France again looking to bring it away, but poor ball out there.
It's more like it. That must be the first misplaced French pass tonight.
Well, the crowd inside, a lot of former players there, as we can see, watching on, and looking to see what talent is available. You can see John Park, former man at Celtic, also Kevin Thompson there.
Kevin Thompson's been in coaching with this group under Donald Park, a man who we'll know well from Hibs. We are in danger of turning this into the Hibs show.
I think with Donald Park though, maybe he goes under the radar about the development of that sort of golden generation at Hibernian, though he had a lot to do with it.
He did, and he's clearly not someone that likes to take credit for his own work.
Scotland could be in here. Aitchison giving chase. Now Middleton in possession, wanting to get on his left foot, and just running rings round himself really in the end there. But it was a real chance, and Aitchison It's unlucky. I think it was a good challenge going in there. Last gasp by the defender, but Scotland certainly looked dangerous there, causing a bit of panic in the French backline.
Yeah, it did enough just to put Aitchison off, and then Middleton was really sort of crowded out in the end.
Lafont, the goalkeeper. Dan Axel Zagadou, 18-year-old.
He's got an obvious song waiting on him when he progresses. Let you fill in the blanks.
Answers on a postcard. France looking to pass it out from the back here. And the goalkeeper Lafont, who became the youngest goalkeeper to play in Ligue 1. 16 years, 310 days, when he managed to break the record of Michael Landreau when he played for Toulouse. Kieran Wright, the Scotland goalkeeper, knocking that out there. And France have the throw, but this was the chance for Scotland going forward there. Neat flick through, and as you can see, Jack Aitchison, it was actually a great challenge there by Boubacar Kamara going in at the end, and that Scotland could have been in there had Kamara not made that challenge.
I think one of the standout qualities though that sticks out for France so far is their pace and recovery. They can afford to play a high line because they obviously trust their speed to be able to get back and sweep up the danger.
Gutain, out Diaby, getting away from Porteous, getting help there from Charlie Gilmore. Kieran Wright has it. Jordan Hallsgrove, Robbie Dees, Hallsgrove again. His father's here tonight. With Kieran Wright. Ball goes out. It's under pressure there, Scotland. Something they'll have to deal with. 20 minutes on the clock, 0-0. As Sambu Sissoko is about to take the throw in. Gambia. And Moussa Diaby. All the way across to the far side now. Malang Sarr. So Moussa Silla.
France again happy to spread the ball about, but don't want to give it the commentator's curse, but haven't exactly carved Scotland open too often. Famous last words.
Well, not with passes like that, they won't cause any danger, that's for sure. There's Glenn Middleton. We know he is a threat for Scotland, and just looking at some of the goals from the 17s in the last campaign, he is a talent, there's no doubt about that. But Scotland now gift a throw to France. I'll have to be wary here. Melida. Here's Gutain. Sissoko out on this near side. Dees just couldn't get a toe to that, and Sissoko has possession again. Scotland doing enough there, and it was Mickey Johnson getting back to help out his left back, his club and international teammate. Dan Axel Zagadou back to Lafont in goal.
Aitchison really is working hard up front himself. It's an unselfish shift. It's maybe hard to appreciate just how hard he's working when you're watching on the stream.
What do you make of this system tonight for Scotland, where they're playing? It looks 4-3-3, and obviously they would expect the likes of Johnson and Middleton to get back and help in that midfield. But is that something that's exciting? Is that something you would expect to see going forward in the campaign?
Well, that is when you've got the chance to play on the front foot, and you can get the best out of Middleton and Johnson. So far, we've seen the flip side of it, where it helps you get bodies back in numbers. When you're surrendering so much of the ball, it does leave Aitchison a wee bit isolated in attack. It's maybe something they'll address at half time, but no, I think so far Scotland have frustrated the French.
Diaby could be in here. Great save there from Kieran Wright, and Welsh gets it clear, and he gets some support as Scotland look to go on the attack. But the goalkeeper, really his first involvement in the match, and it was a great save. It was a super through ball, but the goalkeeper had to be on his toes to narrow the angle. And as we can see here, Kenny, this is where the goalkeeper earned his money.
Well, it's a great through ball. I know you're a goalkeeping aficionado. I've seen you play 7-a-sides, but this goalkeeper was certainly quick off his line. Fair play, Kieran Wright.
Yeah, great save there. Diaby was in, just trying to put the other side of him, but Wright made himself big. Now Scotland looking to go forward. Good ball by Aitchison. Robbie Dees into the box. Chance on here. Comes back to Gilmore with a shot. Good save from Lafont. The chance still on for Scotland. Back into the area. And France managed to get it clear. But given away again, and Hallsgrove picks up. Well, chances either end as this game comes to life. And that was a great chance for Scotland there. Charlie Gilmore, the Arsenal man, just involved in a matchday squad recently in the Europa League. Good chance here.
Yeah, it was well worked. I thought great play on the left from Robbie Dees. Cool head to look up, play the pass. Equally cool head from Gilmore, keep his head over the strike in a difficult night. He's teaming it down with rain now, but no, sadly straight at the keeper.
Maybe just too central from Gilmore. The goalkeeper was able to save. But you can see on a night like this, sometimes they're the worst ones to deal with, especially if it bounces in front of you. Kamara back to the goalkeeper. Good to see both goalkeepers getting tested here on a cold night.
And that's why you're nuts to be a goalkeeper.
Yeah, I saved a few of your shots, I have to say, on 7-6.
It's not really something to take any great pride in.
No, I know. Scotland win the free kick, and it was Lewis Ferguson going down there. But he is a man who, as you can see him getting fouled there, somebody at Hamilton you would expect to get a chance in the first team potentially, because a lot of youngsters do at Hamilton.
Well, speaking to Guillaume Bouzlin, the Aki's assistant before the game, he was expressing his pride that they've got a smattering, a clutch of players that are spread through the Scotland youth levels. It's something that Hamilton have done well in recent years. No sign of the conveyor belt slowing down. People like Taylor Wilson, Jamie Hamilton, Lewis Smith, certainly a few in the younger age groups. Good to see. Every club talks about having a commitment to youth. Hamilton are actually ones that back it up.
Yeah, the stats certainly back that up with them out that play in the first team. And they're still at the club as well. They've been there for a while, so that is encouraging. France looking to go forward again. 2 over here on this near side. It's Diaby who had the chance moments ago for the French. Cousins across to Zagadou. Out on the far side to Malang Sarr. And a bit of work there to be done by Wallace Duffy, the Celtic man. Concedes the throw. France looking to keep the pressure on. Scotland looking to try and get a hold of the ball here, but it's Cousins now. Diaby. Now it's Sissoko taking on Dees. Diaby again. All the way out to the far side to Malang Sarr. The man from Nice. Here he is. Deep ball away by Porteous. Only as far as Diaby. There's Maolida. Back to Gutain. Cousins. Zagadou. What's he thinking about here? Decides to go square. Cousins again. He's looking for some space for a shot. Malang Sarr might help him out. Now it's Silla. Back to Zagadou. Inside to Ngambia. Diaby. Patient build up here from the French as they pass the ball about. Gutain. Inside to Silla. He's looking to try and get some space, but Scotland very disciplined here as Diaby now is a man to try and unlock the Scotland defence, but forced back to Cousins. As I say, very disciplined here as Robbie Dees just tries to push out, but he fouled Moussa Diaby.
Slight hint of a foul there.
And it's going to be a free kick, as we can see here.
Fair play to Scotland, they don't get long to work together. It's a relatively new group. Donald Park's only been in his current role for a few months, but he's clearly got them well drilled. Knew the French would come here and dominate the ball, but dogged defensively.
Well, free kick to France then. Danger for Scotland. Whipped in right at the goalkeeper, Kieran Wright, who only gathers at the second attempt, but I go back to it and say it is a wet evening out there, but Probably a poor one from a France point of view. Mikel Coussins flighting that one in. Middleton giving chase against Malang Sarr, and it's gone out for a corner kick.
That's Glenn Middleton all over it. He gives up a few inches, but no lack of heart. Really forced the corner out of nothing there.
Well, another set piece opportunity then for Scotland. Malang Sarr conceding that one, and Porteous going forward, also Wallace Duffy, Stephen Welsh as well. Can Scotland take advantage from the set piece to be taken by Jordan Hallsgrove? Right footed and away there by Boubacar Kamara, and the referee has given France a foul there. It was Porteous going up the two number 4s.
It's not exactly the shy and retiring type. Ryan Porteous threw himself at this.
Yeah, it was
sore one.
Yeah, it's a sore one there. Certainly was a foul, but no malice intended, that's for sure. So a sore head for Boubacar Kamara.
We do a weekly interview in the Scottish Sun called Rising Star, where you ask a set load of questions to players. Remember asking Ryan Porteous what the weaknesses were in his game, and he said he'd cut out the rashness where he kicked people. A day later he was sent off for nearly booting someone over a stand.
Well, it's a young, raw centre back, and
I think what you're supposed to say is you wouldn't want to take it out of his game completely.
Yeah, exactly, and that's the whole point, isn't it? That
pick and choose when to kick somebody up there.
I think you see so many centre backs nowadays, and it gets sanitised, doesn't it? You're not allowed to put a challenge in. And talking of putting in challenges, Lewis Ferguson, they are doing that illegally, and it will be another free kick to France. Referee today, Nick Walsh. We usually see on duty in the Scottish Premiership. So Coussins to take it again, and this time he'll be hoping for a better delivery, but again it goes right to the goalkeeper, and Scotland looking to go on the counter-attack. Quick throw by Wright. Middleton manages to keep the ball in play, coming in on that favoured left foot as well. He's got Charlie Gilmore breaking into the box, going down. No penalty kick, but the referee not booking him for diving either, and it'll be interesting to get another look at that one as Gilmore got into the area. Whether he had the ball completely under control, Kenny, he certainly seemed to there.
Well, I don't make a habit criticising referees because it's an impossible job as far as I'm concerned, but so I'll let you call that one.
Well, I think
pass the buck completely.
There was contact, but there wasn't a lot of contact, let's be fair. And but if you speak to my colleague on Sky, Andy Walker, he would say he had every right to go down.
That's
the
a
minute
whole
there was
other
contact
debate.
made, but that is another debate as France get the corner kick, and it was good defending there by Stephen Welsh. There's a diving header to make sure. It was a good deep cross by Malang Sarr. So Welsh getting the danger clear, the 17-year-old. Played in the 2-2 draw against Montenegro recently. The cross comes in, aimed for Zagadou, didn't get a good enough connection. Dees just wouldn't fall for him, and Zagadou back in possession. Here's Rafik Gitain taking on Dees, doubling up on him now with Hallsgrove helping out, and he concedes the corner kick. So corner to France here, and Scotland under a little bit of pressure.
Yeah, test for Porteous and Welsh now. Chance to show off that strength I was talking about earlier.
It is going to be Moussa Diaby to take the corner kick, and the big men are up from the back, and it comes away by Gilmore. Here's Kamara, Sissoko, Diaby. Again, the French have still got bodies forward. Sissoko with the crossing opportunity. It's a good one, but nobody there, and Sarr can't keep it in on the far side. Well, Kieran Wright thought about coming, had to retrace his steps back onto his line. Scotland weren't too sure what to do at the back there.
Yeah, the right call from Wright in the end, I think. He's another, I think, that's benefited from being out on loan, even at the young age he's at.
Yeah. As France looking to go forward again. Scotland in possession. Ferguson just slightly behind them there from Gilmore. But Aitchison winning it back for Scotland under pressure from Diaby. He's all on his own, really. Support coming up now through Michael Johnson, but Aitchison doing well to hold off his marker, Robbie Deese now. And here is Michael Johnson for Scotland. What can he do? Looking to get into the box. He's trying to do a little shimmy there to get by Diaby. Didn't work out, but Scotland have possession back. And here's Michael Johnson again. Goes past Hallsgrove, picked up by Middleton. Gilmore getting in his way there. And Scotland still have possession though. Stephen Welsh blocked by France, but Welsh intercepts and leaves it for Hallsgrove. Now Charlie Gilmore on the far side with Glenn Middleton, and the ball runs out there. Disappointing in the end from Scotland because they were trying to keep possession and build something patiently there.
It's a great snapshot of the French athleticism a second ago when Johnson broke down the left. He was just bumped about like he was a Dodgem car.
Up against some real athletes in there. We mentioned Zagadou earlier. The physique he has, and the stature, and the diagonal ball. The flag is up and it is offside. Well, 10 minutes to go just about until half time. Kenny, what's your thoughts so far?
Listen, I think Donald Park would like to have seen more of Scotland in an attacking sense. We've mentioned it a couple of times that poor Jack Aitchison's had to put in a real shift up top himself, but I can't imagine Donald Park could be any happier with the defensive diligence, how hard they've worked, even through the midfield with boys like Gilmore and Ferguson. Really, they have defended as a team, showed a lot of maturity and a great work ethic.
Zagadou intercepting, giving it to Michael Cousins. Now he's got Silla, helped out by Malang Sarr. A rather aimless cross there, and Scotland able to clear. Aitchison under pressure though from Kamara. Gitain holding him off well. Sarr with the cross. It ends up being a cross come shot there, as Scotland have to get it clear, and Kieran Wright certainly had to be on his toes to make sure he saved that one. I think certainly Malang Sarr didn't mean that as a shot, I don't think. It just seemed to slip away, and there's a chance on here for France again. Well blocked by the Scotland defence, and it's now fall out to Cousins with the drive off the bar, and it was a real good chance there for France at the edge of the box. Michael Cousins working the space. That was a ferocious effort, but Kieran Wright will be grateful it hit the bar.
Yep, I don't think Wright was coming too close to that one.
Hit off the top of the crossbar, and Wright had to look lively initially from the save from Malang Sarr with the cross come shot, but then Cousins, Scotland struggled to get it clear, hit the crossbar. France showing what they're made of here.
Just starting to up the ante a wee bit before half time, the French. Scotland could do with getting a foothold in the game again.
Kieran Wright blasting it forward. France trying to get it down. Neat touch there by Gitain, but likewise by Hallsgrove, and here he is again. Porteous, Robbie Deese, got Johnson in support, decides to go inside there, but given away by Scotland, and now Moussa Diaby up against Porteous, has been dragged out wide. Silla getting into the box. Scotland have got safety in numbers so far in Gambia. Now Gitain. Malang Sarr. Good block there by Glenn Middleton on Malang Sarr, who will have the throw. Zagadou. Back to Boubacar Kamara, 17-year-old. Here's Cousins again. Diaby, the two men that have had the best chances for France. And a low drive there by Moussa Diaby. It's a reasonably easy save for Kieran Wright in the end.
Yeah, I think Wright can be pleased with his efforts in this first half. He's held on to most things. As you say, difficult night, difficult conditions for any goalkeeper, no matter what your experience is.
Porteous to Gilmore. looking for Ferguson. Zagadou winning the high ball. Rafik Tain. Cousins. Here's Mailida breaking into the area. One of the more experienced players for the French under-19 team. He's been amongst the goals at this level as well. Cousins was thinking about another left-footed curling effort. Getting back onto that left foot there. He tried to play it inside, but cleared by Scotland. Kamara. Zagadou.
Wouldn't be surprised to see Zach Rudden at some point in this game, just for a change in focal point, to give Aitchison a breather. A bit more of a target man type.
Zagadou. Malang Sarr and Middleton working back the park well. And knocking it out for a throw-in for Malang Sarr to take. The man from Nice. Scored on his debut as well in the French League. The second youngest player to do so. A bit of surface water now on that pitch as Tain has possession. Now Zagadou. Here's Ngambia. Diaby. He's had a couple of efforts on goal now. Cousins, who hit the bar. Diaby again. Scotland again getting bodies behind. Only one player up the park, and that's Aitchison. Really trying to frustrate the French as Dees has to get it clear. Helped out by Johnson, but he's under pressure here from Sissoko. Doing really well there, Mikey Johnson, to get it away in a tight area. So too Jordan Hallsgrove, and that's maybe the technique aspect we're talking about. The ball just going out, Scotland getting the throw there, but sometimes tight in possession, and that was Mikey Johnson showing what he could do there.
I remember watching him in a tournament, elite round stage, I think it was Croatia, and his footwork was just dazzling. In the 3 games he was Scotland's best player. Every trick going, direct. Just his decision making in the final third he had to work on, but that'll come.
Lovely diagonal ball by Porteous for Middleton. Malang Sarr there at close quarters though, getting some support here from Duffy. Into Gilmore. Ball just slightly behind him there, he was stretching. And France trying to get it away, but Hallsgrove is there. Been impressed with him so far in that midfield area. And he wins a free kick. And there's going to be a yellow card as well for Michael Cousins of France.
I think that's to Hallsgrove's credit. Should be able to hold him off.
Nick Walsh there is making that booking, as France maybe not happy with a booking in this friendly match, but as you say, to Hallsgrove's credit. Jordan Hallsgrove with the free kick. Didn't get past the first man there, but it bounced off the top of the head, and Duffy going across trying to get Scotland back on the front foot. Gilmore deep into the box. Porteous with the header, easy for Lafont. Malang Sarr. Silla. Foul there, and it's actually no, it was Silla going down, and Middleton, the man adjudged to have made the illegal act. So
good team foul there from Middleton, just allowed Welsh and Porteous to get back. Not that I'm suggesting they would do anything so cynical.
Here is Sissoko. Malang Sarr, and the ball going out there. Sissoko. Cousins. Kamara. We've got Tain. Sissoko again. Here's Diaby. Just trying to let the ball run through there. Franz Cousins still has possession.
But I didn't fancy it.
Well, Robbie Dees there seems to be struggling slightly, as we can see. It's so close to half time now. Maybe want to try and run off any potential knock, but he's not walking too freely there. Not move. On his coaching staff. Duffy, long ball for Middleton to chase. Lafont well out of his area, inviting Middleton to go in there. Scotland win the throw.
Middleton again chasing lost causes. Again, it's paid off for him.
So Wallace Duffy with the throw. Charlie Gilmore, flick on by Ferguson. Aitchison looking to get in here. He's all on his own just now. He's got a bit of work to do. Can he get something here for Scotland? He gets a free kick. The
Jack
hustling
Aitchison,
and the harrying.
he does that so well, Jack Aitchison, for a boy of his size. His touch is so sharp. He uses his body well.
Another set piece opportunity here for Scotland. But as you can see, like you say, Boubacar Kamara just in the end had to take him out.
The nation is believing again. Scotland have rekindled their World Cup hopes and dreams.
However long it takes us to get the first goal, we believe it will be.
Martin! Chris Martin is the man! The moment did arrive!
With that crowd behind us, you know, anything's possible.
You've got the goal, goes again! It's astonishing! It's Lee Griffiths! 2 goals, 2 fabulous free kicks. Catch him if you can. Catch Scotland if you can.
Always slightly different with different opposition, but our desire to win doesn't change.
And they have scored! Stuart Armstrong! A vital goal in such a high-stakes qualifier, and they are rewarded!
I think that's one thing this squad's got is belief. Going into this game there was big pressure, but we always believed we could win.
Griffiths sends it over the head of Mugru this time! Rizabella came in, and that's what you need! Griffiths takes! Forrest, Robertson,
Destiny's in our own hands with these 2 games.
MacArthur, Robertson, Lee Griffiths.
We relish a challenge.
We'll go Real.
Gordon?
Gordon. Who are you going? My best.
PSG.
PSG. My best. Who have you went? PSG. This is a good game. All the best. All the best. Switch Ronaldo and Bale.
Yeah, oh wow, he's put Ronaldo on the right, he'll be raging.
Yeah, good enough. Aye, bit higher up. That's pockets. That's a corridor of uncertainty in there where people don't want to get.
But they better work back.
You're a green?
I'm yellow.
Aye, you're the thing. Think about it. Remember that? Remember
look at
twosies?
that.
Remember twosies?
Twosies.
Use it. Bump it.
Wide. Too much.
Oh, big Papa Dom, lads. Good Papa Dom in goals, big Navas. No, get a Scooby. Just want it in there. Aye, look, 1-0.
Big Jim Stewart. Big Jim Stewart in goals.
Go on, dig it. Dig it.
Oh!
Great defending.
Counter press, counter press.
Go on then, we're on.
No, we need
Oh,
to
we need
settle.
counter press!
Need to settle.
I'll get it. Just stay inside. That's us, I'll get it.
Love it.
Cheers, mate. Wide. Twosies, brilliant. Dave, that's your bill, make a run.
Up.
Hey! It's a booting.
Inside these.
Inside these, they're saying. Outside these.
Dave, that's going to express yourself.
Get in the pokey.
Brilliant, me man.
you go.
Hold.
Oh!
Easy, Tiger.
It's a shot. Their fans are booing and everything.
He's playing for goal kicks.
Go on, up.
That's us, nice.
No, we did!
His first touches, let him down. That was a great ball you played a minute ago.
No, thanks.
Great, bro.
Are we alright? The curly toe again?
Aye. Take your time.
What ball? Back stickage.
I'm going
Back
to take
stickage.
a wee dink.
There you go.
Sick.
That's a red.
Take the boot.
Get him off.
Take the
The
boot.
red
Let them know
makes
they're in
that.
for a
Benji
game.
must see later, pal.
It's his first tackle.
It's a silly
It's
tackle.
a striker's tackle, innit?
Have they two even been in the game? Jeez.
Don't
They've been brought the half.
don't curse it.
He's a miles off it, by the way. He's just learning the buttons. Bingo it.
How's he saved that?
Oh, come on!
We need to make a tactical change.
Oh, we're on the counter here. What are you doing, stupid?
Yank. Bail that and I, because we need to play tiki-taka. Or too wide. Because we're going for the win. That's all we want is the win. Not essential. It needs to go with Bale. Look.
Yank.
Switch. Trust me. It works.
Okay. Isolate. Look at that. Gaps already.
Bingo that.
One.
Cheers. Thanks, mate. Cheers. You get there, Robbo. You can get there.
Name our cheers.
I don't think you've been at the races. This is where it comes in.
No,
This is where it comes in handy.
no.
This is where it comes in handy. I told you, go on, son. Make it of yourself.
Get in there!
Ultra defend. Get back now.
Thank you.
Park the bus. Park the bus.
We'll go for it now.
That's banger.
Thanks,
Thanks for coming.
That's it, man.
How many shots, man?
One shot and goal. One shot and goal.
Robbo. Stretch my hamstrings. Stretch my hamstrings there, Robbo.
He's got to get a picture of that, or what? The one shot and goal they had.
How is it?
Rob.
Rob.
Do you know what? This is, I don't want to say it, but this is the second time we've done you when it counts. Oh, Sheffield Wednesday in the playoffs. Sorry about that, lads. Robbo, how you feeling, mate?
Oh, buzzing, Robert, buzzing.
There's the losers there. Victorious.
Rob. One shot and goal.
Hello there, Jack and Victor. How you feeling? Oh no. Brilliant. We'll go to Al.
Gordon.
Who you going?
My best.
PSG.
Who have you been? PSG?
This is a good game. All the best. Switch Ronaldo and Bale.
Oh wow, he's put Ronaldo on the right, he'll be raging.
Yeah, good enough.
A bit higher up. That's pockets. That's a corridor of uncertainty in there where people don't want to get in.
Yeah, but they better work back.
You're a green?
I'm yellow.
Aye, you're the thing. Think about it. Remember that? Remember
look at
twosies?
that.
Remember twosies?
Twosies.
Use it. Bump it.
Wide. Too much.
Big Papa Dom, lads. Good Papa Dom in goals, big Navas. No, get a Scooby.
Well, a bit of friendly rivalry there over FIFA 18 between the former Hull partnership of Robert Snodgrass and Andy Robertson against the Sheffield United pairing of Stephen Fletcher and Barry Bannon, and all's leading up to the big one. Tickets on sale, the last of the remaining tickets on sale tomorrow, 10 o'clock from Hampden Park. We can't wait for Scotland against Slovakia. Scotland know that it's in their own hands. They have to win the 2 games, and there's also the podcast coming up on the Scottish national team social media channels for more build up to the big game. Here's a little flavour of what we've got on the podcast. Well, we can't wait for the big game at Hampden Park, and as I said, tickets are available tomorrow from the National Stadium from 10 o'clock, the last of the tickets. We're looking for a bumper crowd at Hampden Park to make sure we roar Scotland to victory. 2 wins will get us to the playoffs, and it certainly is a big double header to come, that is for sure, and Hampden Park will no doubt be rocking. Kenny, excited coming up with the 2 games?
Really looking forward to it. I think certainly they've built up the right kind of momentum in the last few games. What was there? A couple of sore injuries. We'll miss Scott Brown and Stuart Armstrong, but listen, Gordon Strachan's got a few directions he can go in, a few options that are probably all justify a place in their own right. So no, I'm reasonably optimistic. My glass is usually half full where Scotland's concerned. Yeah,
and it would be something else. And to have it in our own hands, yes, there's been a lot of results that maybe we felt should have been better over the campaign, but recently with the 4 games unbeaten, the draw against England, the win before that against Slovenia, and the last double header against Lithuania and Malta, it has been positive. There is momentum. How key do you think that will be?
Well, I think the team's evolved over the qualifying campaign as well. There's guys that have really seized their chance. Stuart Armstrong's come on so well at Celtic. The same can be said for Lee Griffiths. I think Kieran Tierney has now made that right back spot his own, which says everything about his defensive capabilities and increasingly his offensive capabilities. And Andy Robertson, I could talk about him all night.
Well, what about this game though? 0-0 at half time, but there has been chances. What have you made of the first half so far?
We've said it a few times now. Listen, Scotland have had to soak up an awful lot. They've had to take it. Welsh and Porteous have been well drilled at centre back. They've restricted the French to a few chances. That was one of the few that went through the middle of the otherwise disciplined centre backs. But Kieran Wright was up to the challenge.
Diaby with the chance there, and it was actually a great through ball though here. But the goalkeeper making himself big as Diaby tried to play it to his right hand side, to his left hand side.
Yeah, he's been good in atrocious conditions. I always think you have to make allowances for keepers on nights like this.
We did test the French here. Charlie Gilmore, right at the goalkeeper though.
Yeah, well worked move. Robbie D's doing so well on the left, unselfishly cut it back for Gilmore, who timed his run well, did well to keep his head over the ball, just lacking a wee bit of direction.
Yep, Charlie Gilmore, one that you had said to me that is certainly a player for the future. But the French having a chance late on in that first half, Coussant's hitting the crossbar, and they certainly came close there.
Yeah, and that's probably the closest they've come. Right beaten, all ends up. No shame in that. Good strike, dipped at the last minute. So the French maybe consider themselves unlucky not to be in front, but I think Scotland have earned the breaks with how hard they've worked.
Well, when you look at the squad list, who would you like to see in the second half for Scotland? Is it so far so good, or is it about giving players a chance that are in the squad tonight?
Well, there's a closed door game to come between the two teams, so maybe it would be a chance to give another boys a few run out from the start there. But if you want pace, if you want nuisance value, Callum Smith's done really well with Dunfermline up front. Zach Rudden, more of the archetypal target man, he links well. Fraser Murray, we've both seen a lot of at Hibs. He always looks as if he's got a goal in him from midfield. Kerr McEnroy, he's been playing well ahead of his years at Celtic. So no, they do have options to mix it up on the bench. I wouldn't be surprised if we got to the hour mark and we saw a few alterations.
I would imagine the French will also want to use their squad on this week-long trip to Scotland, and when you look at the players, and we mentioned it in the first half, Kenny, when you've got teams represented, Nantes and Montpellier, Salzburg, Marseille, Dortmund, Borussia Mönchengladbach, Monaco, Nice, Arsenal, all represented in that squad, Paris Saint-Germain. It just shows you maybe sometimes what you're up against and how well the Scots are doing tonight.
Well, I know you highlighted them early on in the game, and sticking my head next door in the hospitality section here, everyone was talking about Zagadou. Certainly looks a cut above. There's a lot of talented boys on show, but as you might expect for someone at Borussia Dortmund and playing in the first team already at his age, he really has looked a class act.
18-year-old came on at Wembley, as I mentioned. He was on the bench for the game against Real Madrid as well for Borussia Dortmund when you're playing Champions League football. But when you look at Scotland, you can see players that have now started to get first team experience. Jack Aitchison has had a taste, the youngest ever player to score for Celtic, the youngest ever player to appear for Celtic. Michael Johnson you mentioned as well. And the likes of Charlie Gilmore being involved with Arsenal, Ryan Porteous playing for Hibernian, that can only help surely. And is that the only way these guys are going to get experience? Because playing under 19s, under 20s can only get you so far.
Oh, 100%. And you're looking beyond this. It was a real feather in the cap for the SFA this week when Harry Cochrane, I think, became the first performance school graduate to start. He's only just turned 16 and he started for Hearts at the weekend. So not a real feather in the cap. And there's a change that we had speculated about.
Yeah, a change for Scotland. Glenn Middleton going off, and it is Callum Smith going on, the man for Dunfermline. He's scored 3 goals this season. He scored in the defeat against Dundee United at the weekend, but he is now on for Middleton. You mentioned the potential there. What's the thinking, do you think, from Donald Park's point of view?
I think unless, we don't know if there's been a slight injury and he doesn't want to take any chances, especially on a night like this, but certainly Middleton was up and down that flag the whole game. Maybe thought it was a chance just to give him a rest, maybe play him again at the weekend. And Smith is someone who has proven himself at first team level, getting rave reviews at Dunfermline. His younger brother's also earning good write-ups at Hearts, so no, good night for the Smith family.
Well, the second half just about to get underway, 0-0 so far in the opening 45. The rain seems to have gone off here at Livingston, and it's the French who get the second half underway here. Malang Sarr in possession early on, the French left back. Here's Moussa Diaby. We saw that chance in the first half, and France looking to start quickly here. Mayolida, who has scored 3 goals at this level in 6 appearances, and he wins a corner right away. The French looking menacing early on.
Yeah, but dogged again from Porteous, takes no chances.
So it will be Michael Cousins, who was booked in that first half. He will take the corner kick. Lighted to the back though. Falls out to Gattain, and fortuitously it falls at the feet of the French number 9, Mayolida, who strokes it home. It was certainly a shot by Gattain, it seemed, but it fell kindly, and France are 1-0 up.
Yeah, it's harsh on Scotland to lose a goal like that, but it's been coming. Listen, the French were up in the ante towards the end of the first half. Certainly a composed finish in the end.
It was indeed, and France taking the early lead in the second half, and that has given them a real fillip, but they started very quickly, and it is France ahead against Scotland just 40 seconds into this second half, and that is disappointing from Donald Park's point of view after an encouraging first half. Yes, France were starting to put on the pressure.
They hadn't really had a chance to get hold of the ball in the second half, Scotland.
So Scotland now having to try and get back into the match, and Mikey Johnson going for goal from a long way out, ambitious and well over the bar.
Give him a wee boost just to be able to go on a run like that, stretch the legs, beat a couple of the French players. I think there's more to come from Scotland in an attacking sense in this second half. But as we've pointed out, they are up against a top quality youth team at this level, and France really have dominated it at youth levels in recent years, and with centre backs like Zagadou you can see why. You only have to look even at the full French squad just now for the average age of them. It's so low. It's producing players left, right and centre.
Here's Gattain. Deese wins it. Charlie Gilmore now looking for Callum Smith. Malang Sarr trying to make sure he gets in possession, and does. Back to the goalkeeper as well. Under pressure though from Lewis Ferguson. The goalkeeper getting a break there. Scotland have the throw, but it was good pressing there by Lewis Ferguson. And you never know, the goalkeeper there was a bit unsure about what to do.
Ambitious from Porteous. Not quite in the same wavelength there.
Alban Lafont. Boubacar Kamara on the far side to Sambu Sissoko.
Callum Smith pressing up front. He's got a bit of the Lee Griffiths about him with his bleached blonde hair.
It looked like he dyed it grey, but I don't know what's going on there. Maybe I'm getting too old.
That rain can play havoc.
France 1-0 up then, and Scotland will be disappointed with the way they've started this second half. As Kieran Wright,
composed with the ball at his feet.
Duffy, Gilmore, Smith looking to try and stay on side.
He timed his run really well.
Can he get his cross in? He can, and the turning shot, good save, the rebound on the follow-up, and what a challenge there by
that man Zagadou.
French defender Zagadou. That was incredible stuff there, and a great move by Scotland. And well, the goalkeeper made a decent save. It was a cracking effort there. It looked like Gilmore with the scissor kick. And what a save. Here we go again.
Good work on the right from Smith.
And it was Gilmore. Good save by the goalkeeper. And just when Mikey Johnson thought he was going to be able to tap it home, what a challenge here by Zagadou. But we said it at half time, this guy is playing at Champions League level.
I think we're going to be hearing a lot more about him in the coming years.
Well, a real chance there for Scotland, and this game certainly now is very exciting at this the start of the second half. There we just see, just at the corner of the picture there, we saw Bernard Diomede, the French coach who won the World Cup with France. He was in that 1998 squad, played 3 times in the World Cup finals, didn't play in the final though. But and then he signed for Liverpool in 2000. Only played 5 games, and then he didn't quite settle. Went back to France, but he certainly has the experience of playing in that French team. And it was a great sliding challenge there by Welsh to intercept the ball, because Gattain nearly picked out Maolida, who scored the goal.
It's a great through ball.
Smith trying to get on the end of it. The goalkeeper Lafont coming out. Did the right thing coming out, but maybe a poor clearance. So Scotland trying to get back into this game. They've had that chance, and that might just give them a boost here. Callum Smith now. Here's Jack Aitchison down the line looking for Gilmore, and he looked lively with the speculative effort. It was a great chance. Well worked, because it was a difficult height, the way he went for it, Kenny, and that's a player that we know he has got the talent, and he seems to want to play for Scotland now as well.
Yeah, he's done himself no harm at all tonight.
Going in again there and blasting that one away. So Malang Sarr has a throw in for France. The French have options on the bench as well. Would expect Diomede to make some changes, as Zagadou and Kamara holding off Aitchison. Ferguson to Smith. Smith back to Gilmore. Welsh. Porteous. Well, it's one that Porteous had to stretch for, and France now can get in there with Cousins forward. Silla going into the area, forced wide by Welsh. The cross comes in. Diaby's there. He needs some support. He still has possession though. Back to Sissoko with the deep cross. Maolida, the man who scored the French opener. Low ball across, and it was a good save though by Kieran Wright. Danger not over though for Scotland as France keep the pressure on. Here's Gilmore. Can he get the ball away? He can. Up for Aitchison. Well, it was a tight angle by Maolida who had the shot, but Wright got his angles correct.
Aitchison did so well there to keep the ball with 3 French jerseys round them, lay it off.
Well, that was Scotland putting themselves under pressure as Johnson's ball is behind Ferguson and it goes out for a throw, but that was maybe slack play there by Scotland initially between Welsh and Porteous, and France were able to get on the break. But Welsh certainly retraced his steps well to force France wide. But here they come again. Maolida, he's got support in Diaby, he's also got support in Gattain. It's Maolida with a shot and gathered by the goalkeeper at the second attempt, and it was good work between Maolida and Gattain. And France really looking dangerous at the start of the second half.
Yeah, France turning the screw a wee bit.
Here they go again. Scotland slacking possession. Diaby could be in here. Maolida looking for number 2. What a great save, and again by Kieran Wright. Great goalkeeping, the outstretched arm. The player shaped to go the opposite side. The goalkeeper wasn't tricked there, and he made the save, and he had to make the follow-up as well. I think the ball had hit off Welsh, and he was there again. Great goalkeeping.
Thought the French looked set to double their lead there. Wright adding to his repertoire of saves tonight. Craig Mulholland here to watch him from Rangers, and he'll go back with a glowing report.
Well, both goalkeepers representing Rangers in the Scotland squad, as Malang Sarr with the cross. Welsh gets it away only as far as Kazance, looking to get on that left foot again. Here's Rafik Gattain. Now Malang Sarr with Moussa Diaby. Rafik Gattain again, the man from Le Havre. Zagadou, Diaby, Malang Sarr, Maolida, man from Lyon, scored in the 2 games against Morocco last month. He's got one tonight as well. Johnson has to watch here with Sissoko looking to come in. Scotland gets some respite with a goal kick, but the French not taking any prisoners now. Mikey Johnson there having to do the dirty work, going back and helping out Robbie Dees in that left back position, but we did say that was the players were able to do that in the setup tonight. But do you think that Donald Park will consider making a change just with the volume of traffic going forward for France?
Yeah, it's difficult. I think he probably got his strongest defence on the park. He may be tempted just to give them a break, because they have had the run around a wee bit of late. But there is a trade-off. He will want to keep a compact unit together. I do think in the main that Porteous and Welsh have done well against pretty heavy traffic, but gaps starting to show up a wee bit now.
The pitch getting a bit heavier too with the surface water. Thrown by Duffy. Smith blasts it off.
I do think Scotland have had the best spell of the game really since Smith's come on. I think a lot of Glenn Middleton, but Smith has injected something tonight. He's stayed wide, he's been tricky, he's been direct, and he's on the ball now. And
here he is, Smith putting that great cross for Charlie Gilmore. Aitchison, lovely turn by Jack Aitchison, breaking into the box. Nobody really in the middle for him just now. Smith helps him out. Aitchison again, the man from Celtic, up against Malang Sarr. The cross hits off Sarr, and Scotland will have the corner kick. Well, he was certainly patient there, Aitchison, and trying to get his cross in. He'll have to be content with a corner which will be taken by Jordan Hallsgrove. So corner kick to Scotland. Hallsgrove to take as the rain pours down here in Livingston. France with a 1-goal lead as the corner goes short. Ferguson falls out to Johnson here, given away by Johnson. Gilmore helps out though, and Johnson back in possession. Oh, holding off Maolida well, just bit slack there to give it away, but my leader could pick out Moussa Diaby, the man from PSG, so Scotland have the throw-in.
Great footwork from Johnson again, just maybe as we said, sometimes he has to maybe release the ball a bit quicker, but great feet.
The French will be considering changes soon as well, and we'll see what threat they can pose. It's in Gambia, out to Sissoko on the far side. Now here's Moussa Diaby, the man from PSG. 2 goals at this level for France. Ball the way to the back post, over Silla's head, and out for a throw-in. Well, France, as I say, thinking about making that change, and instructions being given as Scotland play on. Gilmore just couldn't get it to Ferguson there. Here's Zagadou. Malang Sarr into Gambia, back to Kamara. It's Kamara again in possession. Sorry, it's in Gambia rather. Gitain. Well, Scotland really have to be patient here. It's how much do you force it with France passing it around. How much do you press? As you've already pointed out, some of the work rate for the Scots tonight in difficult conditions, as France have it through Cousins.
Yeah, I'd expect Aitchison to be taken off for his own protection as much as anything else before too long.
Malang Sarr with the cross, collected by Wright, and Scotland will try and get forward again. But certainly they can cause problems. They have been able to sometimes unlock that door at the back. Lafont has had to make a couple of saves tonight. That will encourage Donald Park, but France too have certainly tested Kieran Wright, who has done well. And here's Maolida. Good play by Porteous to hold him off, and he wins a free kick as well. Taken quickly. Smith, well, just needs to calm it down slightly. There was no way Aitchison was going to get anywhere near that.
I think that's exactly what Aitchison was just telling him.
And France now going forward again. Malang Sarr just managing to keep that in. Rafik Gitain. Now it's Boubacar Kamara. Diaby. Maolida. Gitain. Got some support with Malang Sarr.
I think Gitain's another one that's looked the part tonight.
All the way across to Sambu Sissoko. Won by Robbie Dees. Forces Sissoko backwards. Diaby. In Gambia. Diaby again. Looking for Silla. Just couldn't control that one there, the Monaco man. Played 8 games in the Champions League Youth League last season. So France about to make a double change as well. Can Scotland get an equaliser before they make the changes? Oh, nearly there. Lovely through ball by Ferguson. And claims for a handball. Not given.
That man Zagadou again. A one-man wall at the back for France.
He's a monster, isn't he? Here he is in possession. As you can see, he is a big unit. That is for sure. Now Boubacar Kamara, 17-year-old from Marseille. Gafik Cousins picked up that booking in the first half. Maolida, the goal scorer. Silla. Back to Diaby. It's the French knocking it about again. Maolida. Malang Sarr here for France. Crossing opportunity, far too deep, and Robbie Dees wasn't to know that there was no real danger, and it's a corner for France. Kenny, what do Scotland need to do here?
It's difficult. You cut some slack, because quite simply playing against a quality team, there's only so much they can do. as I said, I wouldn't be surprised to see Aitchison withdrawn, maybe for a Rudden, or you can always deploy Smith more centrally. I think if they can, maybe encroach a wee bit more into the French half and try and get more bodies around the box, around Aitchison.
A double change for France then, and it's Yassine Fortuny of Arsenal coming on. Also Imad Faraj of Lille, who comes on, going off Moussa Diaby and Moussa Silla. And right into the action for the new French players. At this corner kick, flighted in, and it's a downward header there by Yassine Fortuny. His first touch just on the Arsenal man, and it goes wide in the end, but danger certainly here for Scotland.
A real chance for France, and maybe a let off for Welsh there. Switched off momentarily.
As you see there, Fortuny trying to get on the end of that, and he did, but the connection just not perfect, and the ball bouncing high and wide. But certainly a great chance there for France from the Arsenal man. Scotland will be making a change in a minute as well. It'll be Zach Rudden coming on, but Mikey Johnson in a decent position here, finds Jack Aitchison. Poor touch though, and France able to get it clear through Sarr. Here's Fortuny. France again going on it. It was Ngambia, away by Welsh. Malang Sarr under pressure from Aitchison. Zagadou has possession again. Here's Ngambia. Now Maolida scored the opening goal. Gatane back to Zagadou. Here's Boubacar Kamara crossing the far side to Sambu Sissoko. Boubacar Kamara again back in possession. A man from Marseille. Dan Axel Zagadou. Malang Sarr down for Fortuny to chase, and does he win the corner there? He does. Again, a threat.
Duffy did well to track his man there. Again, taking no chances.
Well, there is Fortuny on, and there was a bit of controversy in the summer when he was posing on Instagram in a Southampton shirt, but he didn't make the move, and it was swiftly deleted. Still at Arsenal, and he's been added to the Europa League squad as well, along with Charlie Gilmore up against his Arsenal teammate. As the ball's flighted in, Zagadou going up there. Kieran Wright did come, decided to retrace his steps as the Zagadou had hit off the top of his head. Throw in for France.
I think we're about to see the change we speculated about. Zach Rudden ready to come on. I guess Aitchison will be the man who'll get a rest.
But not before France have another attack. There's Boubacar Kamara. Switch of play to Fortuny. Not the best of touches. Malang Sarr given away. Lewis Ferguson. Here's Jordan Hallsgrove. Charlie Gilmore. Forward for Callum Smith to chase. Opportunity knocking for Scotland here. If Smith can pick out one of his teammates in the middle, he can. But it was Aitchison stretching, and he just couldn't get it under control.
Really good move from Scotland between Gilmore and Smith. Aitchison just unlucky. The run maybe just an inch out.
A free kick there. Malang Sarr fouled, and this is the time for Scotland to make the change. And it is Lewis Ferguson, the man coming off, and Zach Rudden going on. Kenny, your thoughts?
Thoughts are that I know nothing about football and got that one completely wrong. I thought Aitchison would get a chance to put his feet up. Donald Park obviously not content just to see this game out, wants to get back in it, maybe offer up some more support, and I think instantly you can see Rudden's taking up a position wide on the right. Smith's been moved more centrally, so an interesting tweak.
Zach Rudden coming on then for Lewis Ferguson, son of Derek, the former Scotland international. It's Duffy to clear for Scotland. Picked up though by Sarr. And Gambia forward looking for Cousins, away by Porteous. Here is Mikey Johnson. Good feet to get away from two under pressure. It was a push in the back there by Ngambia, who also goes into the book, the second French player to be booked this evening and as you can see, it was lovely play here by Johnson.
That's the kind of footwork we've been talking about with Johnson. He's so direct, only ever got one thought in his mind. To be able to draw the foul.
There probably was a booking, to be fair, as well, despite it being a Scottish referee at this level tonight, but I don't think there was any complaints. It was probably a good foul from a France point of view, you would say.
It was, but Johnson certainly fancies this one.
So to Hallsgrove over it as well, but could Mikey Johnson get on the front foot? He scored for Scotland against Hungary back in March, also sent off in that game after equalising for Scotland. They ended up losing 2-1. Ryan Porteous was sent off in that game as well. Will it be Johnson or Hallsgrove? It's Johnson into the wall, away by Boubacar Kamara. Can Wallace Duffy keep the pressure on with a good cross? Porteous still up there, he wins the flick on Smith, stretching, just can't get in there, and it's safely in the hands of Alban Lafont now.
Porteous did really get up for that, like he's shown tonight. He's more than a match for the French physically. He stood up to that challenge. Smith just an inch out from connecting.
I also think as well, Zagadou holding off Smith, he just couldn't get in front of him there. But we've mentioned his qualities many a time throughout this evening.
When he gets his big move, I think we should be on 5% commission.
Well, he's playing with pressure Dortmund in the Champions League. I don't know where he's going next, but there he is again. Calm, composed to come out from the back, and he finds Maolida. Now Kazans across to Sissoko on the far side. Opportunities for France, but the cross is deflected though, and it will be a corner kick.
If I'm to trust your research, and I've no reason not to, if Dortmund have picked him up on a free transfer, that really will be a great bit of business.
Yeah, his contract ran out at PSG.
It's not as if they're short of a talented centre back or two right now.
Yeah, the youngster, 18-year-old, and he moved in the summer. Corner from Kuzans, left footed. Boubacar Kamara going up. Porteous can't quite get it. Compleer Welsh helps out. Blasted away in the end by Aitchison. Danger not over. Sissoko. Cousins. He'll want it on the left foot. And he's able to cross, but all the way into the arms. Far too deep and easy for Wright.
Yeah, two safe hands again from Kieran Wright. Maybe been a bit busier than he would have liked, but done himself no harm.
Oh, a great save at the start of 1-0 just after France scored. He made a great save to prevent it going 2-0, keeping Scotland in the game, and he's had a good performance this evening, vying for that Scotland starting place with his Rangers teammate Kieran McAdams. And it is a position that there has been for Rangers, certainly goalkeepers. We know all about Robbie McCrory. Liam Kelly's came through, played with Scotland at youth levels as well. It's a strong position. I don't know whether they're all going to get a game. Smith going down there, and it's a free kick right on the edge of the box. He's claiming it was inside the area. Interesting to see that one. A yellow card for Boubacar Kamara, and Scotland here, as you can see, causing problems.
Scotland appealing in vain there. A really tight goal, but
I think it was just out there. Interesting. It's the foul, I think, initially started taking place outside the box. He did fall inside the box, and France concede the free kick. They're going to make a double change shortly as well, but
again, it does show you the nuisance value of Smith. We talked about it before he came on. He's been lighting it up for Dunfermline in the Championship, and it's caused the French a few problems.
Johnson over this one again, so too Hallsgrove. I would imagine it will be Johnson looking for a better effort this time. It's Johnson, parried by the goalkeeper, and France able to get it clear, and it was right down the goalkeeper's throat.
I think at first glance that went right through Welsh and Porteous.
Well, it was low, and the goalkeeper, he did parry it, but this time he pushed it away from danger as well. And that is key.
So close. If that takes any sort of nick off Welsh or Porteous, we're looking at 1-0.
Maybe it'll give Scotland a bit more confidence getting forward there. Aitchison with a clever flick on, looking for Ruddin, the Rangers man. Away by Sarr, but blocked by Ruddin and Aitchison, and Ruddin can keep the pressure on, as they do, but it just maybe didn't fall to Ruddin the way he wanted it. But he's somebody, Kenny, you mentioned when he was coming on there, that can cause problems.
Yeah, he's obviously a big lad, but he's more of a maverick type. He's got a good first touch. He scored some big goals for the Scotland youth teams over the years, including one against, I think, France in the under-17 Euros that I was in attendance at. And he is someone that, having watched him over the years, he really has benefited from being fast-tracked into the Rangers development team at a young age, and you can say that about a few of the boys.
Imad Faraj looking for Sissoko. His cross is blocked, with France looking to bring on Samari and Yuan. They are looking to use the squad now on this visit to Scotland. They play again, remember, in 3 days' time at the National Performance Centre in Edinburgh. And that one will be a game that is behind closed doors.
I think a few of the boys will be hoping it's the indoor pitch they're using.
Yeah, with conditions like this tonight. Certainly on a autumnal night here in Livingston, as the change is about to be made, and it is in Gambia on a yellow card, who is coming off, and going on Bubakari Samara, and also going off is Mayolida, the man who gave France the lead, scoring the only goal so far this evening. He is going off, and Thori Yuan going on. So the French starting to make changes as well. That's now 4 players on. Do you expect any more changes from Scotland, Kenny?
I think you'd have to. Keep writing HSN off, and he keeps popping back up with intelligent flicks. But it's still hard to see him last the 90 minutes at the pace he's put in. I keep tempting fate, he probably will.
Free kick to Scotland. Hallsgrove. Porteous, poor touch, and it's allowed France to be in here, and right away it's the sub Yuan with the shot blocked, and Scotland able to get it clear now. That was slack play at the back, and now Scotland looking to go on the counter.
Great recovery there from Hallsgrove on the edge of the box, just bailing Porteous out.
Direct play here from Johnson, running right at the defence, just given away by Scotland though, and France again can go on the attack. Nice back heel by Yuan, and it's now Cousins. Sissoko. Cousins again. Back it goes to Kamara. Here's Zagadou. Down for Yassin Fortuny of Arsenal. Up against Wallace Duffy. The cross comes in, it hits the side netting, and it was good defending there by Duffy. Concedes a corner, just stuck to his task.
Yeah, I think that's exactly it. Duffy didn't dive in, wasn't tempted to come at himself, got the all-important touch.
Wallace Duffy has the experience of playing in the Youth Champions League with Celtic. So just over 15 minutes to play here in Livingston. It is Scotland 0, France 1, with France looking to turn the screw and get in again. Scotland able to get it clear so far. Zach Rudden going to ground as Scotland will think about making another change, but it's a corner kick so far. And France will try and keep the pressure on. So Cousins will go across to take this one for France. He can really whip them in with his left foot here. We saw him hitting the bar in the first half. And it goes again near post. The goalkeeper punches, gets it well out of the area, and Smith now for Aitchison. Scotland going on the attack. Can Mikey Johnson keep it in? Just running too much there. But intelligent play to try and get on the counter early on. Well, a change here for Scotland. Kenny, your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, Robbie Dees is putting a typical Robbie Dees shift at left back. He's been disciplined defensively, he's tried to support whenever possible. Maybe just a chance for him to rest the leg. As you pointed out earlier on, he was limping a little bit. You can see Bauer coming on with trying to do a similar sort of job.
Danny Bauer of Heart of Midlothian now coming on, and he will be into the action with France making changes up top as well. Maybe the need for fresh legs in there. But Robbie Dees certainly was involved early on as well, trying to get forward and supporting Mikey Johnson, who's then had to support him at the back.
Yeah, I think he can be pleased with his night's work. I thought he was dedicated. He stuck to his task.
But we're on now, and he might have to try and marshal it here. Not enough on it though. Sissoko, Farage, Cousins. Scotland trying to push out though. Zagadou. Here's Malang Sarr. Zach Rodden getting back to help out, the man from Leith. Fortuny. It's Yuan, good challenge there. Going to ground was Stephen Welsh and getting it bang on. It's a corner kick. Stephen Welsh, is that a player, Kenny, that you've seen a lot of? He scored in the 2-2 draw with Montenegro last month.
Yeah, very, very high hopes. He's an uncompromising centre back. We were at a youth tournament last summer. Put it this way, the scouts all knew who he was.
Cousins with the left-footed out-swinging corner. Kamara. Big men have remained up for France as they look to keep the pressure on. Forced backwards though as Cousins now has possession. Gilmore thought he had done enough there, and it is Wallace Duffy having to go to ground. Another corner for France.
Yeah, Duffy's another one who can be pleased with himself tonight. It's typical Scottish cliches, but he really has stuck to his task. He's put in a shift, and really against this level of opposition, that's probably about as much as you can ask.
Cousins only to the edge of the 6-yard box. Scotland doing enough to get it clear.
It was only 1-0 and the ball could have dropped for Scotland a couple of times in the final third.
That is correct. Scotland still in this game, but France mainly with the pressure here. Porteous giving it away again there, just not enough on the ball. Mikey Johnson surely fouled there by Sissoko. Scotland looking to take the quick free kick. Zagadou maybe getting lucky there, just hit the heel, and he is able to aid in the clearance. But this French team, what do you think a Scotland youth team will learn against a French team? And maybe on the opposite side, what do you think the French would learn playing against a team like Scotland?
Well, Malcolm Mackay's talked a lot about Scotland having to up it physically. You only have to look at the French team. They're pretty awesome athletically. From a French point of view, I'm sure they'll be told you have to make your dominance count. It's all very well having the bulk of possession, but need to be a bit more ruthless.
Fortuny into the box, looking to cut it back for Thori Yuan, and Scotland get it clear.
Listen, I think unless anything goes disastrously wrong in the last 11 minutes for Scotland, I think they'll take a lot from this. They've stuck together, shown they can soak up a lot of pressure.
You mentioned Jack Aitchison, a man that's certainly put in a shift this evening.
He's determined to prove me on just by seeing this game out, just despite me.
Both teams will be making further changes as France have the corner. Well, it was such a poor corner, it went out before it went in, I think.
Yeah, I could have done that.
And you have. I've witnessed it. So a couple of changes on their way, one either side. But Scotland looking to build from the back. Here's Welsh. Back to Welsh here from Duffy. Welsh forward. Rudden was in an offside position, he didn't bother going for it. Shrug of the shoulders there from Rudden.
Scotland preparing another change. Stuart Morrison from Dunfermline looks like he's stripped, ready for action.
See what he does in terms of that change. And Lafont in goal. He has had to make a couple of saves this evening. That one from Charlie Gilmore, also in the first half from Gilmore, as the change about to be made for both teams. And it's Rafik Guitane going off for France, and coming on will be Papa Guinea. And also for Scotland the change as well, Kenny, and as you said, it is Stuart Morrison coming on, and going off is Wallace Duffy. Is he a man, Morrison, that we can expect high hopes from?
Yeah, he's had a decent level of first team involvement at Dunfermline. certainly for a championship club in Scotland, they can be proud of their efforts to have 2 players on show tonight.
So
Morrison's been on the radar for a wee while. Good to see him get his chance.
So Morrison is on for Scotland. Here is Zagadou blasting it forward. Welsh knocking it back into the French half. Zagadou in possession again. Malang Sarr. Welsh there can pick up the long ball. Forward left footed this time. Here's Charlie Gilmore. Apart from that chance, maybe not involved as much as you would like to see in the second half, Kenny.
I think he's had a couple of moments of quality, he's had a couple of efforts on goal, the odd through ball. But no, as one of the players you've high expectations of, it would have been good to see him on the ball a bit more.
Callum Smith maybe didn't win the corner, but he forced Zagadou to knock it out for a throw there. Maybe that's the way you've got to play it, mixing it with Zagadou, who is a big physical specimen. Morrison involved for the first time. Aitchison holding off Kamara, and Morrison, just when he got the ball, just couldn't control it there. Didn't quite expect it. And it is a goal kick for France. So goal kick for France, and it is Lafont to blast it forward. Charlie Gilmore under that, didn't quite get there. Welsh has to help out. Away by Welsh again for Scotland. Hallsgrove not able to halt Sumari. The ball goes all the way to the far side, the cross in, and Yuan just couldn't get the final touch. It was decent play there by France.
Power maybe caught in 2 minds about whether to tuck in or mark his man on the left. Difficult game for a sub to come on to, with the conditions, the intensity, the speed of the French. He's done his best.
France now have the free kick, and danger not over yet for Scotland with 4 minutes to play. Well, they'll be wanting to hold out France here. The question will be, can they try and get back up the other end of the field and at least test Lafont for one last time? But it is the French and Michael Cousins who will want to flight this one in. Away at the edge of the box, picked up by Sissoko. Oh, the ball going all the way in with the cross shot from Sissoko there. The man is 18 years old, 4 caps at this level. This is 5th this evening. Hallsgrove now. Long ball forward for Smith. Can he get in behind? Kamara having to do his job there, and Sissoko will help him out. But just making the French defence think as Scotland get the throw in. So Scotland again potentially trying to get one last chance to try and get back into the match. They've fought hard this evening. They've had to soak up some of the pressure as well, of which more might come here with Yassin Fortuny up against Morrison. Morrison does well. It's a throw into France.
I think that's the point. For all we've talked about the quality on show from France, it's still just 1-0. Scotland have done a good job of limiting them.
No, the referee is asking for the French to get on with it. They are up the right end of the field from their point of view, looking for one that will settle this tie. Given away though, and Aitchison looking to play it forward for Smith to chase. He's up against Zagadou. Knocks it clear and actually finds Yuan. Here's Kazans, and a real chance on here. The offside flag goes up, but nonetheless it was a good save by Kieran Wright, the Scotland goalkeeper. And Kenny, the Scotland goalkeeper has played well this evening. Is that somebody you rate? Is this your man of the match?
That was a less than subtle nudge to get on with the man of the match pick. And yeah, I think we'll give it to Kieran Wright tonight. That was a perfect example. He had no idea the offside flag was going up there. He didn't take any chances. He was quick off his line. he's been more involved than we might have liked, but yep, he deserves a lot of credit tonight. So Kieran Wright, my man of the match.
Sorry for stealing your thunder there.
Oh, it's quite alright.
As Scotland looking to get back into this one with a minute and a half to go. Charlie Gilmore and Zach Rudden initially
to
wanted
try and
it.
check his run.
Yeah, he did indeed. Ball not out of play yet though. Here's Malang Sarr. Back to Zagadou. All the way across to Sissoko.
Still time.
Minute to go here in Livingston. It's Scotland 0, France 1. And the ball is with Boubacar Kamara. Now Mikel Cousins. Dan Axel Zagadou. Looking for the switch of play to Ahmad Faraj. Nodded away by Bauer. Here he is again. The Hearts man. Danny Bauer couldn't find Charlie Gilmore there. France may want to slow this one down. Samari. Scotland, the challenge going in. Hallsgrove thought he won the ball. He went through the man first though, and that's why France have the free kick late on.
Hallsgrove wasn't far off actually in my thinking. I think he's been quite good tonight for Scotland. He's put himself about. He's been composed in the ball.
Well, he definitely took the man first there, as you could see.
That's to be admired.
As Scotland get the free kick. Nothing wrong with a bit of slide challenge goes in. A pitch like this, a wet night, that's what you want. Danny Bauer, long ball forward. Smith giving chase up against Kamara. Can Smith cause him some problems? I'll try to nudge him away there, but he was able to turn away, clear possession.
Well, he's only had a cameo off the bench, Callum Smith, but he'll still be feeling it in the legs tonight. Some shift.
Oh, we're into stoppage time now, and Scotland will look to have one last chance. Here's Welsh. Now Hallsgrove looking at the referee and Nick Walsh. No whistle to his mouth yet. Scotland blast it forward. Zach Rudden, can he get in here? Dan Axel Zagadou going across, showing his physicality, and knocks it out for a throw-in. Last chance here for Scotland. Can they get back into this one?
Yeah, Rudden's usually the one that's bumping defenders about domestically.
Not tonight, that's for sure. Here's Aitchison. Gilmore. Aitchison couldn't get on the end of that pass, and he's now having to backtrack as France go on the attack one last time. The offside flag goes up as they try to break away. They're waiting to see how long the referee will play. 3 minutes of added on time. We're into that now.
Plenty of time for Scotland.
Hallsgrove. Back to Porteous. Good ball forward for Smith. And this time Kamara just blasts it clear. Kieran Wright's going to race to keep that in play. And Scotland now looking to turn the screw. It's Welsh. Long ball forward. Rudden up against Malang Sarr. And the referee says Rudden impeded Sarr. And it will be a free kick.
I think Rudden's unlucky there.
He's not happy, that's for sure. Complaining. Former Leith Athletic man. He's playing with Rangers. He's been there a while now at Rangers. He signed a new 3-year deal in the summer. It's a player they rate.
Yeah, he's been name checked a few times by Pedro Caixinha, I think.
Yeah, he's been in matchday squads as well, or on the fringes of matchday squads. So it's one that they certainly rate. Here's Yacine Fortuny. Good turn away from Morrison there. Rudden holding him off, and it's a throw into France. And Scotland giving the throw in there. Seemed to hit off Rudden last, but they didn't take advantage, and now France going forward. Great sliding challenge there by Porteous. Rudden couldn't keep it in. Malang Sarr will be able to take the throw in.
This is a side of game of Rudden's game that hasn't always been evident. It shows his progress, that he's got that defensive discipline on.
Well, a yellow card for Yacine Fortuny. Just chopped down Jack Aitchison in his prime there, as he was doing well holding on to the ball. here's Hallsgrove back to right.
I think Wright's distribution's been good from the back as well. He's been comfortable with the ball at feet, beating on a night like this. Keep talking about the weather conditions, maybe you have to be here to appreciate it. It has not stopped raining.
Johnson, Smith, Gilmore, back into Smith. And it's that man again, Dan Axel Zagadou, to clear. So throw into Scotland, not long to go now. Hallsgrove, Morrison. Back to Welsh. This is our one last chance. Forward for Aitchison to chase. He's put in a power of work this evening. He's had to go back as much as get forward. And Malang Sarr was trying to let that out. What great play there by Aitchison. He's into the box. Zagadou going in with the challenge. It's a corner kick to Scotland. Aitchison, fantastic play to get out of a real trap there.
Aitchison deserved more for the persistence and the no shortage of skill to work out a tight area.
But surely last chance now, and it's Jordan Hallsgrove to take the corner kick. Can Scotland get back into the match? Can they get an equaliser? Hallsgrove into the area, just over Porteous's head, and the final whistle sounds. It's the last chance there for Scotland. They couldn't take advantage, and this evening ends in defeat. It is France who have won this one by a goal to nil, and that goal coming just a minute into the second half, where Maolida got a bit of a break there with the shot that from Gutain. It fell to him and he was able to knock it beyond the goalkeeper, Kieran Wright, who had a really positive evening, makes some good saves. The man of the match here, Kenny, we can see him in our shot just now. Certainly a positive from this evening, the goalkeeper.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll watch this one back, whether he was racing off his line in the nick of time or sweeping the ball up from the back. He was a credit to himself and done Rangers tonight. Played well, and he wasn't the only one. A disciplined, dogged defensive performance from the entire unit.
Yeah, nothing he could do with the winning goal, and as I said, that came just a minute into the second half. But it's France who have won this one. And overall, Kenny, your thoughts? What positives can Scotland get?
Yeah, there were a few. Listen, we're not going to say that France were bombarded at any point. They weren't exactly under the cosh, but Scotland had their moments. I thought Aitchison showed different sides of his game. He was a focal point early on in the second half. He dropped deeper, happy to turn provider. So no, you can see the progression in a few of them.
Well, it's a defeat for Scotland this evening, but the big one tomorrow at Hampden Park gets underway at 7:45. If you want to be at the game, Scotland will certainly be grateful of the support. We want a big Tartan Army support inside Hampden Park. Tickets go on sale tomorrow from the National Stadium from 10 AM. Make sure you are there to roar on Scotland potentially to the playoffs. We need to win both games. Can we do it? We will find out tomorrow. It is the big one, Scotland against Slovakia. But here from Livingston this evening, it's finished. Scotland under 19s 0, France 1.
The nation is believing again. Scotland have rekindled their World Cup hopes and dreams.
However long it takes us to get the first goal, we believe that we'll do it.
Martin! Chris Martin is the man! The moment did arrive!
With that crowd behind us, you know, anything's possible.
Kick on the goal, goes again! It's astonishing! It's Lee Griffiths! 2 goals, 2 fabulous free kicks. Catch him if you can. Catch Scotland if you can.
It's always slightly different with different opposition, but our desire to win doesn't change.
And they have scored! Stuart Armstrong! A vital goal in such a high-stakes qualifier, and they are rewarded!
I think that's one thing this squad's got is belief. Going into this game there was big pressure, but we always believed we could win.
Griffiths sent it over the head of Mulgrew this time! Rizabella came in, and that's what we need! Griffiths takes! Forrest, Robertson,
Destiny's in our own hands with these 2 games.
MacArthur, Robertson, Lee Griffiths.
We relish a challenge.